Hi everyone, I'm hopping on here to discuss the Idaho 4 case. This will be a series. I don't know how many parters, honestly, but there's a lot of details that I've read and I want to discuss and just throw it out there in the universe. And perhaps you guys, we can all just like talk about it because it's not sitting well with me that Bryan Kohberger is the only suspect. The first thing I want to talk about is the dog Murphy. I briefly touched on the topic on my last video. You can go back and check it out. And I was wondering, where was Murphy that night? Where? You did hear him barking. You did hear him barking, so we know that he was there, but all night, who was he with? Where did he put him? We know that he was barking for 30 minutes straight, but he stopped barking eventually. Was he barking excuse me, was he barking throughout the whole murder? Like, I don't know. So that sparked my curiosity a bit. And then I was watching a court TV documentary on this, and there was an episode where they were interviewing Kaylee's dad. And Kaylee's dad was driving Kaylee's vehicle, Dito. She bought herself a car after she landed a job. She was basically done with college. Okay, let's start there. I think she was the target. All along, I thought it was Maddie. I think Kaylee was the target, my friends. I think she was the target. Then what popped into my mind was like, okay, so she wasn't supposed to be there. She went that weekend to visit her friends, right? Did she bring Murphy with her? Thank you to the content creator that posted this. I will link her here. She actually has there's she has footage of of the dog being dropped off in the early hours of the morning. So was the dog staying with Kaylee, or was the dog supposed to stay with someone else that weekend or that night?
So I want to talk about also, so Kaylee, again, here, new car. No one knew she had this car except for the people that I would assume would be in her inner circle, considering she didn't live in this house anymore. Now, something else that I want to point out is, did Kaylee make a plan for Murphy before coming for the weekend? And was the plan that Murphy was just going to come along and stay at the house because she had lived there and Murphy had lived there? Was there any talks of Jack getting to see Murphy while she was here? Because apparently they shared the dog, they shared ownership of the dog. So I'm just curious because I haven't heard anything from like that stand. I haven't heard the parents or her sister or anybody say, yeah, she loaded Murphy up on Friday morning and drove over, so I'm just trying to narrow that down because it could lead someone in a direction like, oh yeah, she did bring Murphy with her and she did make plans for Jack to get Murphy on Saturday morning and not to get Murphy back until Sunday morning. So I'm just interested as to what exactly was the plan while Kaylee was here and had all of these plans with her friends, what was going to be happening with Murphy. Because I know that everyone at this point has seen the footage, which I'll pull up, of someone looks like at like 6:34 getting out of a smaller SUV, walking towards the King Road house, and what looks like is carrying what could potentially be a dog the same size as Murphy. So here is that person there walking on the other side of the fence line. I have some other images. You can see that person there, their legs walking, and then the SUV was over here. So is this someone that is bringing Murphy back because there were arrangements made for Murphy to be with someone else the night before? Does anybody have an inkling as to if there were any plans for Murphy?
I'm also starting to question the time of death of these students. It is said, at first, I believed that their deaths occurred around 4 a.m., and maybe not all the deaths took place at the same time.
The dog began to bark as if something was wrong.
So this was at 4:17 a.m. though. This But now I believe the murders occurred before this time. So what was Kohberger doing there? What was Kohberger doing there? Was he cleaning up? You think he was cleaning up? Holy shit balls. So enter DoorDash Driver 4 a.m. to the mix. I'm going to play. All right, I'm going to play the footage of the DoorDash driver who is said to have delivered Xana's Jack in the Box order at the home at 4 a.m. And she says that she saw the white Elantra, and she also says she saw BK. Let's play that.
Meanwhile, police body cam video has now resurfaced of a potential witness in the case. The Idaho Statesman first reported on footage of a DoorDash driver who, following a traffic stop last year, told law enforcement she's set to testify in the trial and allegedly saw Kohberger while delivering food to the victim's home the night they were killed. We've blurred the footage to protect her identity. We asked Jessica Levinson whether the public knowing the DoorDash driver's identity could play into the defense's concerns about media influencing the case. She said that any potential publicity here should not change what a jury hears from the delivery driver in her testimony.
I will come back with more info, but this is what I have so far on this case. And comments, let me know your thoughts on this, and let me know if you believe it was BK and others, or you believe that BK is just completely innocent. So let me know your thoughts. Thank you for watching.